Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing very well. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you click that subscribe button. Got lots more videos coming out very soon. If you guys haven't yet checked out the Abarth 124 video that I posted last week, please go and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description for that video. That was the first time that my car's featured on the channel. So yeah, I've got a Abarth 124 Spider, and yeah, check it out from last week. But I'll be doing a lot more videos with that car over the summer, so please all stay tuned for more 124 content on the channel. But as promised, and as always, I am going to be still doing model car reviews. So in today's video, I've got a kind of scale comparison video, and so I've got a 112, 118, and then I've got a 143 scale model, and I'll be discussing all of the different scales you can get for both diecast and resin model cars. Obviously the price and the sizes of all of these models as well. So I've got, as you guys know, a number of 143 scale models in the collection now. Probably around 30-ish models, I think, that are 143 that I've got. I do like collecting 143 scales, but the bulk of my collection is typically 118 scale. As you guys know, I've got pretty much all of my models are 118 scale, and I think they're probably the most popular scale you can get a model car in, and certainly my favorite, and I'll be discussing that more later on in the video. And then I've got kind of my anomaly in the collection, my only 112 scale model car. Now again, I was thinking about kind of collecting more 112 scale models, and I'll be discussing that as well. There are some really nice models, especially from Auto Art on eBay, which I've got my eye on, that I really do want to grow out the 112 scale. But they're both kind of pros and cons to doing that as well, which I'll discuss with you guys later on in the video. But let's kind of kick it off with kind of the smaller scale and work our way up. So 143, now you can buy smaller. There are 164 scale models as well, but I think, you know, in terms of the more kind of mass-produced popular brands, 143 is probably the smallest ones that you can get. Now, even though that the model is, you know, very small in comparison to the 118 and the 112 scale, you can really get a lot of detail in these models. And some of the other brands like Auto Art, Spark models, Mini Champs, some of the detail, especially their interior detail, is really phenomenal. They really do pack a lot of detail into these really small replicas. Now, if you're looking for 143 scale models, I would personally recommend looking at Auto Art, some of the Auto Art signature 143 scales. The Spark, I really like Spark. They make some really good kind of the Mercedes-Benz, the Pagani Zondas, the Jaguar models that they make are really nice, really highly detailed. And you can buy some 143 scales that are fully opening. So one that comes to mind, which I'm trying to get hold of, but they're very rare now, is the Auto Art McLaren F1. So Auto Art did make a 143 scale fully opening model car, and they've made quite a few of them as well. So you can buy 143 that's fully opening diecast, and they are very cool models. They are quite expensive though. You're probably looking at over £100 for those models, and for a model that's probably smaller than your finger, it is a lot of money. So definitely a good scale if you're new to the hobby, new to starting out, and you want to start collecting model cars. That's how kind of I first started. I collected the 143s first, and then I moved up to 118 scale afterwards. So definitely a good starting point there. And obviously, if you're limited on space or cabinet space, then 143 I think is probably your scale to go for, because space is a very big factor when you're collecting model cars, that I found anyway. But then after I kind of collected around 20, 30, 143 scales, I moved up to 118 scale model cars. Now, obviously, as you guys know, if you've been subscribed for a while now, I've probably got around maybe nearly 50 118 scale model cars in my collection from both diecast and resin. This is my favorite scale to get a model car in. You know, it's big enough that you can kind of see all of the detail very, very clearly. You can open up all of the compartments and see all of the kind of interior detail as well. And I think for space, it is definitely kind of the best compromise between the two. And I think in terms of kind of price as well, it's fairly reasonably priced now. You know, they are kind of creeping up a little bit, but they are probably the more affordable for me scale to go for. As I say, they are my favourite, and I will still be continuing to collect 1/18 scale models down the line. But yeah, let me know where you guys stand between 143 and 1/18 scale model cars. As I said, I started off at 143, then moved up to 1/18. But let me know how you guys kind of started out in terms of your collection as well. But then obviously you've got the anomaly in my collection, the 112 scale McLaren F1. Now I've still got to zoom out so you can see all of this model. Now, as you can see, compared to the 1/18 scale, it's an awful lot bigger. You know, it's in terms of putting a 1/18 against a 112, it's pretty much double the size of a 1/18 scale model car. Now, a bit of a funny story with this McLaren F1. I went into the shop to buy the McLaren F1 from Ottawa, the 1/18 scale, as it was my favourite car at the time. And then I saw the 112 scale, and I just thought, because it's a bigger scale, it's a bigger model, I'll go for the 112 over the 1/18. And that's how I ended up with this car. This is my only 112 scale that I've got in my collection. And don't get me wrong, it's a great model by Mini Champs. You know, the size of it, the detail of it is very good. And later on down the line, I did get the Ottawa version of this car, paying a lot more money than what I could have bought it for a long time ago. But prices of these 112 scales have also gone through the roof. I think they're probably hovering around kind of £450 on eBay at the moment, roughly, I think. But yeah, a number of kind of factors that you've got to consider if you're looking at 112 scales. The first one is the price. Obviously, the bigger the scale, the more materials they use, the higher the price is going to be. That's just inevitable. So you're looking at around, you know, probably £400 as a starting point for a 112 scale. And then you've got the space. So, you know, unless you've got a big cabinet to store a 112 scale model car in, you really can't fit it in. It's going to take up a whole shelf in kind of a normal size cabinet. So definitely the space, the cost. And again, in terms of me growing out my 112 scale collection, I've got to take all of these things into consideration. There are a number of auto art models that I want to buy that are in 112 scale, like the Veyron, the Murcielago, the GT, the full GT. So I've got to take into consideration the price and where I'm actually going to store these models, because, you know, the models are quite big, the packaging's big, the box is big, and it all adds up. So a number of factors that you've got to take into consideration. But let me know in the comments below if you want to see some more 112 scale content on the channel, or if you want to see me getting some more 112 scale models as well, like the Mercy and the Veyron from Ottawa, or should I just stick with the 1/18 and 143 scale model cars? Now, even though this is the biggest scale that I've got in my collection, you can actually get bigger than this. So you can get a 1/8 scale model car that obviously Amalgam are famously renowned for their 1/8 scale model cars. They are probably the pinnacle of model car making. Some of the detail on their models are exceptional. Obviously, you pay a very hefty price for that. I mean, I think for a 1/8 scale model car, you're probably looking at maybe £5,000-6,000 as a starting point, which is obviously way above my budget for my collection. So, but you can definitely get bigger. And even their 1/18 scale model cars, they're probably around maybe £800-850. But again, definitely worth checking them out. They do make some fantastic model cars, and I have been very close to buying 118 scale model cars from them, but they're just slightly out of my reach for the time being. But you never know. Hopefully, I'll be sharing some amalgam content on the channel as well. But let me know in terms of was this video helpful, and kind of let me know in the comments below which scale you're collecting in, or if you're looking to change it up, then do let me know, because it's all very well kind of collecting one scale, but I think it's also good, buying a 143 scale car or just one 112 scale. If you've got your dream car, then definitely worth considering. So do all let me know in the comments below. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon for more videos to come. Cheers. Bye.